from the WYLN studios in Hazleton, Pennsylvania. WYLN Evening Edition at 5:30 starts right now.
Good evening. It's Thursday, May 12th, 2016. I'm Ann Gownley. We begin tonight with a story that we must report on to maintain our journalistic integrity. A former employee of WYLN, 62-year-old Bill Washko of East Broad Street, is facing 2 misdemeanor counts of invasion of privacy charges. However, during a full state police investigation, police have now charged him with 11 felony counts of child pornography. The images were found on his work computer at WYLN. While police were compiling evidence against him that he allegedly videotaped a co-worker in a dressing room between February 24th and March 2nd, police uncovered 31 photos on his computer. Police say many of those photos were duplicates, and some of the photos displayed young women over the age of 18. Magisterial District Judge James Dixon set bail for Washko at $15,000 unsecured for the invasion of privacy charges and $50,000 unsecured for the child pornography charges. Both preliminary hearings will run concurrently on May 26th, beginning at 10 a.m. Shortly after 1 o'clock this afternoon, fire crews from throughout the area were called to a brush fire in Hazel Township. This was the scene when WYLN arrived on Ashmore Road in Stockton, number 6. Crews from Hazel Township, Hazleton, Freeland, Beaver Meadows, Foster Township, Harwood, and surrounding agencies responded. The brush fire was said to be in about a 2-mile radius from the former Beryllium Road, which is now part of the greater Hazleton Rails to Trails. As of this time, no injuries were reported, and the homes in Stockton, number 6, are not being jeopardized by the fire. On an about face from the Hazleton Area School District, it was reversed an earlier ruling and now says a couple of students who were enrolled in a cyber charter school may attend the prom. Jackie Miser and Austin Strenshock of West Hazleton were first told that they could not, but Superintendent of Schools Dr. Craig Butler says there's been a change in thinking. He emailed Jackie Miser Wednesday afternoon saying that the decision had been reversed and the couple may attend. Patricia Strenshock, Austin's mother, thanked everyone who followed her initial thread on Facebook and supported them. She also gave Butler credit for changing his mind. Longtime Wyoming Valley West Superintendent Chuck Spoonon is out. He resigned last night. He did not give a reason, saying he'd made the decision earlier in the day. Supon still had 2 years left on his contract. Supon had been a district employee for 39 years and superintendent since 2009. The board also approved a 5-year contract with its teachers. It will grant 2.5% raises over those 5 years, or about a 0.5% each year. Teachers have been without a contract since September. 6 years ago, a fatal accident on Route 115 between Wilkes-Barre and Bear Creek was reduced from 4 lanes to 2. Now, many drivers who use it want it to go back to 4 lanes. They say the lane reduction has slowed traffic so much the road's becoming virtually impassable. Township officials agree and have asked PennDOT to take another look at the road and perform another traffic flow study. The FBI sting investigation, which led to charges against former Ed Rendell Chief of Staff John Etzi, has brushed both candidates for Attorney General. Etzi was charged after an investigation showed he agreed to be the point man for a textbook recycling firm looking to hand out campaign contributions in exchange for an exclusive contract. It turned out the firm was a phony set up by the FBI as a sting. Records show Montgomery Democratic Attorney General candidates Josh Shapiro accepted a $2,500 in campaign contribution from Etzi. Shapiro was in the House at the time, and Republican candidate State Senator John Rafferty agreed to co-sponsor the bill, giving the phony company the exclusive textbook recycling business in Pennsylvania. The main sponsor of that bill was the late Senator Ray Musto. That bill never passed. A Shapiro spokesman said he had no idea the company was phony. Rafferty says at the time, the bill looked like a good idea that would benefit schools and the environment. He, too, says he had no idea that the company was phony. The U.S. Senate race is a nail-biter. Incumbent Pat Toomey and Democratic challenger Kathleen McGinty are dead even. That's the finding of the Quinnipiac poll issued Tuesday. Toomey has a statistically insignificant lead of 45 to 44. President Obama's nomination of Judge Merrick Garland to the Supreme Court plays a role, but not a significant one as some believe. Overall, Pennsylvania voters approve of Garland's nomination 52 to 29. Because Toomey wants to wait for the next president to make a Supreme Court nomination, 30% of voters are less likely to vote for him, while 18% are more likely to support him, a net loss of 12. But a majority, 51%, says this will not affect their vote. Otherwise, men back Toomey 53 to 36%, while women go with McGinty 51 to 38%. White voters go Republican 51 to 40%, as non-white voters go Democratic 65 to 18%. The poll was based on phone interviews with just under 1,100 registered voters. Volunteers are welcome to come out this Saturday, May 14th, to show their appreciation for those who have served our country. For the past few days, members of the community and the Hazleton City and Hazel Township Fire Departments have been placing flags on the graves of local veterans at cemeteries. On Saturday, May 14th, retired Staff Sergeant Eric Olson and host of WYLN's Warrior Summit Outdoors will be at the Vine Street Cemetery putting flags out on anticipation of Memorial Day. The public is welcome to come out and assist. Children are also encouraged to attend so that they can learn about honoring our veterans. The event will take place at 1 p.m. on May 14th at the Vine Street Cemetery in Hazleton. Time now for a first look at our forecast. Another sunny and certainly warmer day that we've seen over the last several days, but it seems like more rain is headed our way. Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacik is in the Weather Center with all the details. Joe?
Yeah, that's right. We have some more rain heading in our direction. In addition to that, some cooler temperatures for this upcoming weekend. So enjoy this evening if you're traveling. Hey, things looking pretty good out there on the highways. And temperature-wise, it's just spectacular for this time of year. Even in the Sugarloaf area, temperatures continuing to remain in the 70s, feeling very comfortable across all of our viewing area. Even our westernmost viewing area in Williamsport, Lycoming County, temperature is at 75 degrees. Again, there's a little bit of a breeze out there, but overall, tell you what, it is feeling spectacular for this time of year. However, got some changes to talk about. Some of those changes occur out toward the west, and once that precipitation moves toward the east, it's really going to start to cool things down as we go into the weekend. Far from cool across our area now, 71 in New Angola, 76 in Berwick, as well as Bloomsburg, and 75 degrees in Danville. I'll talk about the complete 7-day forecast and what we can expect coming up in a few. Ann?
Thanks, Joe. Coming up next, a resiliency officer is speaking out over the town of Bloomsburg running out of federal funding for its flood protection. Plus, how does canned foods and letter carriers go together? Find out coming up here on WYLN. Stay tuned.
You're watching WYLN News with Ann Gownley, Gary Perna, Julie Stefanovich, Paula Degnan, Chief Videographer Mike Lula, weather with meteorologist Joe Garbacik, and sports with Eric DeBerardinis.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi Electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
The LSC Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton presents A Musical Salute to All Who Serve on Saturday, June 11th. The show features the outstanding talent of the Hazleton Philharmonic Orchestra under the direction of Robert Lagana, as well as featured soloists. Presentations by Congressman Lou Barletta, Pennsylvania State Representative Tara Toohill, and Hazleton Mayor Jeff Cassett. The show will be narrated by Sergeant Eric Olson, host of the WYLN TV show Warrior Summit Outdoors. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children. A Musical Salute to All Who Serve, Saturday, June 11th at 7 p.m.
Today, WYLN had the opportunity to speak with Eric Stolle, a resiliency officer for Columbia County out of Bloomsburg. According to Stolle, federal funding for flood protection is running low.
What's happening is through some federal legislation known as the Bigger Waters Act of 2012, The federal government is moving the way in which flood insurance premiums are rated from a subsidized rate to more of an actual rate based upon the risk that's assumed with the property and the types of losses that have happened historically with those individual properties. It affects Columbia County because not only do we have to deal with the increases that are coming into effect under Biggert Waters, FEMA is in the process of remapping the Susquehanna River Basin, which means the flood elevations are that we're seeing are typically higher than what they were with the remapping that was done here a few years back. So homeowners not only have to pay more for their flood insurance premiums under Biggert Waters, if they're in the 100-year floodplain, you're finding out that they are deeper in the 100-year floodplain because of the remapping showing that the base flood elevation is higher than what it was in previous years. When the Army Corps and FEMA are going through this remapping process, this only affects properties that are within the Susquehanna River Basin. Doesn't affect any of the tributaries that you may live next to, say, Fishing Creek or Catawissa Creek or any of those types of tributaries. It's only along the river.
And this again was because of maybe cutbacks to the federal government?
Yeah, usually what happens with that is they do a cost-benefit analysis, and if they're going to spend the money to do the remapping, they have a tendency to do it in more areas that are more populated or would assume more risk. Just because the money's better spent in those areas rather than in more rural areas or areas that don't have as many properties that are affected. Well, all of the municipalities within the county administer their own floodplain and floodplain ordinances, so if you have any questions regarding where you are located in the floodplain, just contact your local municipality and they'll be able to pull up the maps for you and show you exactly where you're located within the floodplain. It will affect your insurances, and the best available data that's out now is scheduled to take effect as the official base flood elevation data in 2018.
How much of an increase will this cost be to homeowners, and when will it take effect?
It's tough to say. That is something that's done individually by your flood insurance policy carrier. So if you have flood insurance, talk to your insurance agent.
And of course, WYLN will continue to follow this story as it develops. Coming up next, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbaczyk is back with a full look at our forecast, plus details on this year's Stamp Out Hunger. Stay tuned, more news, weather, and sports is coming your way here on WYLN. Ryan's Ride Festival will be held Saturday, May 14th from 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. at La Rock Grove in Sugarloaf. There will be food, tricky trays, DJ Tony Pacelli, vendors, crafters, a bounce house, and more. Live entertainment from 5 until 9 provided by the Tommy Guns Band. Proceeds to benefit Ryan's Playground at Cunningham's Whispering Willow Park. Ryan's Ride Festival will be held Saturday, May 14th from 10:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. at La Rock Grove in Sugarloaf.
If you're not in danger and you see a crime, text 274-637, 274-637, 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. Text 274-637. Send your tip, take them off the street. No one will know your identity.
Now helping a solver prevent the crime is just a text away. Text my tips to the word crimes and let the law help you.
Hi, I'm Ann Gownley, News Director at WYLN, and being able to volunteer my time and give back to the community in which I work and to those family members of mine who have been struck by cancer, it means so much to give back to the community as a volunteer.
Well, definitely a picture-perfect day across our area today. These mild and warm temperatures across our region, they're going to be short-lived because we got some cooler weather to talk about as we head into this upcoming weekend. And we also have some rain, even a possibility of some thunderstorms. On to the graphic for today. And today, well, we stayed on a dry side of things, on a mild side of things. Tomorrow, it's going to be a different story. Clouds are going to roll in and we're going to have to deal with some showers, even the possibility of a thunderstorm, and that weather is going to stick with us as we head into this upcoming weekend. It's going to keep temperatures down quite a bit. It's going to be kind of cool out there. Live 35 Skycast Doppler, nothing to show you from Wilkes-Barre through Scranton, Berwick, Bloomsburg, all points at this time continuing to remain dry. We're at 68 degrees, our live Lehigh tire conditions, and we're at 78 now. Wilkes-Barre Scranton International Airport, 77 degrees. In Allentown, 75. In Williamsport, 73. In State College. Wyoming Valley area temperatures generally in the mid to upper 70s to near 80 degrees. You see a little bit of some rain now as you head out toward western Pennsylvania. Before all is said and done, we're going to have to deal with some showers, maybe a thunderstorm as we go into tomorrow and even as we go into the weekend. And you're going to notice as we progress through the weekend, look at how these temperatures drop. 50s we're looking at as we're going into our Saturday morning. So we got some rain, a wet day for our Friday, some showers, maybe even a possibility of a thunderstorm or two around, and that unsettled weather is going to stick with us pretty much the entire weekend, especially Saturday. And then another frontal boundary comes through. I'll tell you what, when this comes through, it's going to really bring temperatures down quite a bit, especially by the second part of the weekend, with temperatures well below where we should be for this time of year. Extended forecast looking like this, and what we can expect the next several days going into tomorrow. Well, we got in the 60s, even Saturday, showers, and then look at Sunday, only in the 50s. Monday, only in the lower 50s. And then going into next week, middle part and any part of next week, we get back up into the 60s, a little bit milder weather with the chance of some more scattered showers. Our daytime Pennsylvania lottery numbers: the pick 264, the pick 3044, and the pick 43516. Pick 5 numbers 53762, and the treasure hunt numbers 5, 9, 23, 24, and 29. Stick around, we'll have a lot more for you coming up after this break.
For over 25 years, Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, 118 Boulevard Road, Bloomsburg, has provided professionally designed skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields. All stations are handicap accessible with resident NRA certified shooting instructors on site. There are packages available to fit anyone's budget. Restaurant and catering on site. Our facility is also available for weddings, business meetings, bachelor and private parties. Call 570-384-2314.
It's Little League Baseball season. Join the WYLN sports crew during the month of May as they bring you Valley West Little League action. Only on WYLN TV 35. The event, not just the highlights.
WYLN has strong ties to the community, and it's committed to important causes like the American Cancer Society and Helping Hands Society telethons. WYLN's commitment to Pennsylvania continues with the broadcast of Hazelton's Fun Fest Parade and the Christmas and St. Patrick's Day parades in Wilkes-Barre. In the summer, we broadcast the Weatherly and Giants Despair Hill Climb. And throughout the year, we provide important community services through the broadcast of town meetings, school board meetings, election night coverage, and other community events. WYLN, we're your local network. The United States Postal Service will be conducting a food drive this weekend. Our Julie Stefanovich has the details on how you can help out.
The National Association of Letter Carriers will be hosting its 22nd annual Stamp Out Hunger Food Drive this Saturday, May the 14th. The event has collected over 1 billion pounds of food nationally since its inception in 1992. Today, we spoke with the Postmaster of Hazelton, Valerie Noga.
Just 2015. 71 million pounds of food for people in need, not necessarily homeless, not necessarily people who have none or nothing, but just even sometimes a supplement.
While it benefits people all over the country, the food collected locally stays in the area. For example, the donations in Hazleton will go to the Catholic Social Services, Commission on Economic Development, and the Salvation Army.
In some of the smaller communities surrounding us, Freeland and McAdoo, they go directly to their local food pantries. None of the food is wasted. Perfect time of year for a food drive. This time of the year, the food banks from the winter storage are pretty much getting dwindled down. Past the holidays, people have a lot of need. So this is their way of refilling until we get back into the holiday period again. So very, very critical.
The food drive will help nonprofits keep their shelves stocked throughout the next few months, while also helping families of children who will be out of school for the summer. Noga gave us a rundown of what types of items are most needed.
Either boxes or cans of non-perishable items. We prefer no glass. At this time, it is included just basically for foods that are consumed by people, not animals. However, it's not something that can't be used. The idea is they will sort and pack it here locally. For some people who have never seen it and they're interested in seeing it, it happens at Hayden's Electric. Thankfully, they donate their space for us and some people as well to help us with the process and sorting and kind of distributing what we need to the different areas.
To help out, all you need to do is leave the non-perishable food items out by your mailbox on Saturday, May the 14th. Your letter carrier will then cart the food items off to help neighbors in need. In Hazleton, for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. Coming up next, Eric DeBaradinas is in with sports here on WYLN. Plus, Chief Meteorologist Joe Garbacic will have one final look at our forecast. Stay tuned.
Go hog wild for Iron Pigs baseball. WYLN is televising the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs live. America's favorite pastime on your local network, WYLN TV 35. See the stars of tomorrow at Coca-Cola Park. Don't miss any of the games here on WYLN TV 35. Visit WYLNTV.com for a complete Iron Pigs schedule. Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs on WYLN, your home for live sports.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer-dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
The Pittsburgh Penguins knocked off the Washington Capitals in the second round of the NHL playoffs. The organization's AHL affiliates also battling in round 2, with the Baby Pens looking to duplicate their parent club's success. Last night, Game 5 of the Atlantic Division Finals, Wilkes-Barre Scranton and Hershey entered, tied at 2 games apiece. Twitter fights turned to real-life fights as Tom Sestito and Liam O'Brien get their scrap out of the way early. The Pens win the battle of fists, but Bears take advantage in the goal battle. First period, Carter Camper wraparound past Tristan Jarry. Still in the first, Hershey 5-on-3 advantage. Jacob Verana capitalizes on the centering dish, and it's 2-0 Bears, and they'll take a 3-0 lead. But Pens respond immediately, follow the shot, Tom Kuhnhackl does, and they're alive. It's 3-2 in the third. Sestito backs up, words and punches with a tally to even things up at 3, all the way back. But just a few minutes later, Zach Sill, some nice moves, scores shorthanded on the breakaway, and that does it. An empty netter makes it a 5-3 final. Bears make it a 3-2 series advantage, and penalties really hurt in this one.
That's one thing you never want to do is take penalties against a team that has a power play like theirs. They got 2 really good units and move the puck really well, and that hurt us a little bit. Obviously, we took some penalties that didn't need to be taken, but I mean that's part of the game. Our penalty kill's been doing great this year. We just couldn't get some of those pucks down when we needed to. But yeah, I mean it's something that you don't want to do. We're gonna have to stay on discipline next game to stay out of the penalty box.
Do-or-die Game 6 on Friday at Mohegan Sun Arena. Through 3 games of their 4-game set against league-leading Columbus, the Iron Pigs were outscored 19-3 in 3 losses. Lehigh Valley hoping a different start time would prompt a different outcome today. It's an 11:05 a.m. first pitch. The Clippers fans, they're into it. We're scoreless in the fourth. Scratch that. That ball is just so far gone. Nick Williams knows it's a pretty swing. 400 feet plus puts the Pigs on the board 2-0. That's Williams' third dinger of the season. Next inning, Ronnie Rodriguez. He also goes deep for the Clippers, but that one just a solo shot, and that's all the scoring on the day. Lehigh Valley breaks their slump with a 2-1 victory. And tonight, Scranton Wilkes-Barre looks to snap a 2-game skid in their series finale versus Pawtucket. Ben Gamel back with the Rail Riders after spending some time with the Yankees. The first pitch at 6:35. High school highlights tonight on Late Edition Sports, but next, Joe Garbaczyk is in with a final look at the forecast. Stay tuned.
The LSC Wiltsey Performing Arts Center in Hazleton presents A Musical Salute to All Who Serve on Saturday, June 11th. The show features the outstanding talent of the Hazleton Philharmonic Orchestra under the direction of Robert Lagana, as well as featured soloists. Presentations by Congressman Lou Barletta, Pennsylvania State Representative Tara Toohill, and Hazleton Mayor Jeff Cassett. The show will be narrated by Sergeant Eric Olson, host of the WYLN TV show Warrior Summit Outdoors. Tickets are $10 for adults and $5 for children. A Musical Salute to All Who Serve, Saturday, June 11th at 7 p.m.
This week on Topic A, I'm joined by Michael Golden, who is the Vice President of Nursing Services at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. We're going to talk about some great services being provided through Lehigh Valley Hospital, not only at the hospital, but at many of the clinics throughout the greater Hazleton area and beyond. So join us this week on Topic A, only on WYLN.
Tune in each week to WYLN TV 35 to watch the #1 Hazleton-based broadcasted television talk show, The Storm, hosted by Tiffany Cloud. Candidates, politicians, community leaders, and more appear on The Storm when they want to be heard. New shows air Wednesdays at 8 p.m. and these additional air times. Only on WYLN TV 35. We're your local network.
Well, it's quiet on the home front across northeastern PA. Not the case as you head out toward the west. Got some showers, some thunderstorms. They're going to come into play as we head into tomorrow. But before that, things not looking too bad. Going into the overnight hours, these temperatures pretty nice for this time of year. We got temperatures getting into the 70s, but that's going to be it because we got some cooler weather for this upcoming weekend, and we also have to deal with some wet weather across northeastern and central Pennsylvania going into the weekend, and then brings in some much cooler air. In fact, we're probably not going to get out of the 50s for daytime high temperatures, especially by Sunday. And then going into next week, eventually we're going to start to warm things up, and we'll start to see a gradual increase in those temperatures. But before that, keep the umbrellas handy. You're going to need it next couple of days going into tomorrow. And as we go into our Saturday, Sunday, we may have to deal with a couple of lingering showers left over. And then, well, it dries out for early next week. Still kind of cool. Temperatures only in the 50s. Eventually getting back up into the 60s as we progress through next week. But yeah, we still have to deal with temperatures in the 30s for some of those overnight low temperatures. Kind of chilly.
So not a very nice weekend right now.
No, at this point, no.
No,
But
so that just means that I swear every time you get up, there's a lawnmower out there. So with all this rain, it's
yeah,
a
it keeps the
constant-
grass growing, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, I
Yep.
guess we can look at that side. And
Good or bad thing, I guess.
I guess if you're the one doing the
Right.
lawn mowing, I guess. I don't know.
I was hoping to play golf this weekend, but not looking.
You take the umbrella.
Yeah.
He was, and he asked me to go, and I said, no, it would just be, it would be bad. I'm more of the softball, so I think my swing would be.
Let's sign up for that Mayor's Cup.
It might be an embarrassment. I can't play golf. I could
do other things.
I'd be like Adam Sandler out there with the. We'll try it.